everyone. Welcome back to this week's Silver Edition. I am joined by
Kaz Scave at Rosie's Coffee Bar and Bakery.
All right, let's get started. So, why don't you tell me about yourself? Where did you go after high school to pursue some of these baking skills?
Oh my goodness, I have a 4-year degree from the University of Wisconsin Stout in hotel and restaurant management. And it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from here in Menominee, Wisconsin. And I loved it there. I graduated in 1987. And it's one of the top 3 schools in the nation for hotel and restaurant management.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started this business, didn't you?
I did.
So who is Rosie?
So I actually named it after my mom. And so when my mom passed away, she left me some money. And so sometimes I'm like, what was I thinking? And she's probably looking down at me going, what were you thinking? And so I used some of that to open up Rosie's. And we have a mission statement to leave the world a little sweeter than we found it. Oh. Before COVID, we had 3 special needs employees. All came from the Monona Grove program here that we would bring over and hire. And I have a special needs brother, so for me it was a pay it forward moment. And unfortunately right now with COVID, we just can't have these programs going. But for, 6+ years, I had a lot of really great staff that was working over there at Rosie's, and I just really felt like it was fulfilling the mission.
So this staff, is it like this big community that you've built up over the years too?
Yeah, in fact, I actually have, if I'm in a bind or something, I've actually had former staff come back and help me. It is
lovely.
like a community. There's only 12 of us that work over there right now. We still are on 50% hours due to COVID, but we definitely have picked up some other accounts and doing some other things to keep ourselves busy. And we definitely are looking for some weekend help to work the cash register. So come on down.
If you guys hear that, if you guys need some jobs, this is a great place to work.
We have a lot of high school kids that are working there. This summer there was 5 high schools that were represented, including Monona Grove. And we have, even from Sun Prairie, we have La Follette, Malcolm Shabazz, and Madison 360. We have students from all those high schools working.
Wow, so even during COVID. So what happened during COVID? How did the business handle everything? What did you guys do to make it through?
Oh my gosh. So at first when it hit, I didn't think we were going to make it. I thought we were going to close, and I said, okay, we have enough for 2 payrolls in the bank, and then after that, we're done. So we are the fulfillment center for 1-800-Flowers, Amazon's, and Sherry's Berries, which was always kind of like, a little side gig going on. And so obviously when COVID hit, sales goes, boom, 75% down. All my high school kids were done working because, I get it. And so it was myself and 3 employees, and we just ran the place. And this fruit bouquets started going boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, everyone's ordering. The company saw record sales across the nation, and we were so blessed to be part of that. And then we actually turned the kitchen into a pizza kitchen. We were doing pizzas at night, dinners at night. We were doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and it was just myself and the three employees, and we just kept going along. And by about a little over a year later, we actually had gotten busier enough that we were able to even hire more staff. And so we're still in 50% hours due to COVID, but we're, hanging in there. We had a good Christmas, so thank you everyone for supporting us.
That's awesome. You've got a great community of not only customers, but staff as well. So what do the staff go through to learn how to bake, and what are their skills that they have to show you to, I guess?
So right now I have one of my high school students is a senior, so she's 18, so she's over there in charge right now. And then I have another one that's 16, and they're over there rolling the quiche crust out is happening right now. I love teaching people stuff. And so they have never, been a baker before, and they just get in there and they learn. And I think you have to have a passion for it. You want to know how to do it. You don't want to just be like, I need a job, I need a paycheck. You need to just want to have a passion.
Have that feeling for it.
And one of the cutest stories that I've always said is that one of my high school kids said, so we're going to be frosting cookies. We don't get paid for that, right? Because that's too much fun. And I'm like, no, you actually get paid.
Oh.
I know. So I said, you might be tired of it by the end of the holidays, because we did thousands and thousands of cookies that they were frosting. But yeah, if you're really good at art, it's really easy to take your skills of art, and we can, show
Put it
you
into
how
your
you
work.
can do, yeah.
That's
And
so
so my
cool.
one is actually been accepted into an art school. So
Really?
I have great artists that work there. So I've had one of my top cake decorators is a graduate from Monona Grove High School.
All
She's off
right.
to college now, but she worked with me for 3 years,
That's
and
awesome.
she did all my wedding cakes, and she loved the art classes here at Monona Grove.
That's
And her name was Allie. I don't know if anyone remembers
Shout out to
her.
Allie.
Shout
Wherever
out
you
to
are.
Allie
Wherever you
from
are.
Monona Grove. She
Oh, yeah.
she did a 5-tier wedding cake. That was the biggest.
Wow.
I was so proud of her. I feel because I've gotten older, I'm more excited to teach other people than me do it myself. And so, she was awesome.
That's awesome. Well, now this begs the question, what is your favorite item to teach versus favorite item to eat?
I love teaching cake decorating because
Okay.
it's just so visual, and especially wedding cakes. I mean, you have to get them level. There's, you can't just stack them. You have to know how to stack them. And when you step back and you've created something like that, it's just, I remember like Allie's first wedding cake that she did. Her mom came to pick her up, and I'm like out there. I'm like, I didn't even know her mom. I'm like, you need to get in here and just see what your daughter just did. And I think I was like more excited sometimes, but her mom was pretty excited. And then to eat, sometimes it's ever changing, but there's that peanut butter mousse cake that's in the bakery case.
Okay.
It's got an Oreo crust. It's pretty good. It tastes like a giant peanut butter cup. I probably eat more than I should. But yeah,
It's
that's
okay.
a good one.
It's fine. It's the holiday season. Who needs to know? It's fine. Well, that's awesome. And we've got so many different students that could possibly work there.
Yeah.
And sounds like we've got, what kind of hours would they be working?
So on the weekends, right now, we're open from 8 to 1. So they usually come in around 7:30, and then cleanup are usually done around 2. So and then then you have to take a half-hour break, so you clock out, and you get a free meal, whatever, and you get free coffee while you're working, and it's a really great crew. I have some staff that's been there, for 5 years. People like being there, and and we have great customers. All of our customers are so nice, so you never have anybody yell at you, which is good.
That's always a good thing.
It is. Yeah.
And your business is a WWBIC business. So what is that?
That's the Wisconsin Women Business Initiative Coalition.
Okay.
And they are a nonprofit in the state of Wisconsin, and they do have an office here in Madison.
Really?
And there's a lot of classes that are no charge at all, and I am sure that even high school kids could take some of these classes. If you ever wanted to open your own business, there's so many different classes that you can take to learn about it, to make a business plan, and they also do lending. So we ended up getting some, we have some money from my mom, but then we did have to borrow some money, and they do lending, and like I had to go be in a Shark Tank. I had to drive down to like Milwaukee and do the big presentation,
Really?
and are they going to give us a loan? And so I have been so grateful to be a WIBIC business. And they don't just do loans for women, even though it is Wisconsin Women Business Initiative Coalition. They do loans for everyone, but it's just such a great opportunity. And there's one class that you have to pay a workbook for, but otherwise most everything is free. And what a great benefit for those of us who live here in the Madison area to take advantage of.
That's absolutely incredible. This is something so cool that you just built around, and the opportunities that you provided us here today. Thank you so much for coming on and like sharing this incredible business and honestly heartfelt passion of yours with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
Of course. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you next week on Silver Edition. Bye-bye.